Hello everyone, it is Toby here, and today is the video that a lot of you guys have been asking for, where I talk about what competitions I am now training for now that the road to 300 kilos has come to an end. I've got all the information about both competitions I am planning to do this year, all the events, all the weights, and the start of my training program to get towards the first one. So without further ado, let's sit back and jump in to those competitions. Before we go ahead and do that, if you want to stay on top of all of my comp prep and see how you yourself can prep towards some amateur level competitions, then go down below, click subscribe, and make sure that you follow on all of the training videos coming in the next few months, because we have got some fun events that I'm really excited to get stuck in and training for, that I'll be filming and sharing here on the channel. So without further ado, let's jump into exactly which competitions I will be doing in 2025. So it's going to be the exact same as 2024, just a few slight alterations. So we are returning once again to Oxfordshire's Strongest Man. It's an invite-only competition in Banbury, and it is for the title of the Strongest Man in Oxfordshire. I came 5th last year, and this year it is going to be heavier, it's going to be harder, and I want to improve upon that performance. But mainly I just want to hit some PBs in all of the events because they're a fun bunch. We'll go over those in just a second. But the other competition I'm doing is once again the Haynes Farm comp. So Paddy Haynes puts on a fantastic comp over at his farm, and last year, as you may be well aware, I won the Inters competition with like a 5-point margin. I was really proud of myself, was not expecting to win going into that, just had a really good day and really good performance. And this year we are going to step it up with the big boys and join the Opens category. So it is going to be a big step up, and my goal is basically to not come last in that one, put in as good of a performance as I can with the big boys. So as of now, they are the only two competitions we are doing. Oxfordshire's Strongest Man is at the start of March, and the Haynes Farm Open is mid-April. So we've got a good few months now to get stuck in to competition prep. We have built our base strength so far up what it was last year over the off season. I mean, our deadlift's flown, our pressing's flown, everything is where it needs to be. Now we need to lock in, we need to get a bit fitter, we need to use the strength that we have built, and we need to practice the technique on these events. So I'm going to go into the events just in a second, but first I'm going to talk a little bit about the training blocks and what some of my focuses are. Obviously I touched on it there, get fit. I have cleaned up my diet massively after Christmas. I am doing more cardio. I am going to come into these competitions fitter than I was last year, because then you have the endurance and the capacity to push a bit harder, and some of the events will require some fitness as well. So I'm going to make that a real big focus for me in the next few months. And also the training programs are going to be less focused on building strength and now more focused on using that strength in slightly different movements that I've not done before, to try and push our levels on certain events. But that is all not much use without you guys knowing what the events are. So let's jump straight into the events for Oxfordshire's Strongest Man. So Oxfordshire's Strongest Man has a very exciting lineup of events. It should be a really fun competition. We start the day off with a heavy side handle car deadlift for reps. This one is gonna be brutal. A side handle suits me very well because it just suits everyone very well. It's a much more natural position to deadlift in. I'm very excited to get stuck into prepping for that because of how strong my deadlift has become, and being able to do a car deadlift for reps just looks awesome, looks fun, and that is an event I am looking to start off the day with a big bang and get some really good points on. Next up is probably my biggest worry of the competition, and that is the Dumbbell Medley. If you are a very long time viewer of the channel, you will know in my first ever novice competition, my absolute worst performance was on a dumbbell medley, where it was 3 pairs of double dumbbells and then a monster dumbbell to finish off, and I fluffed it. But this time it is a 1 pair of double dumbbells and 3 circus or monster dumbbells to finish off. It is going to be brutal. It's going to be a pair of 40 kilo dumbbells, floor to overhead. Obviously, we have the 50s down there, so my plan in prep will be to do the 50s for at least a single, so that I know I have the capacity to do the 40s in a run. And then we have the 3 circus dumbbells, a 71 kilo circus style dumbbell, a 75 kilo monster dumbbell, and then an 80 kilo Spartan dumbbell, which I'm assuming is a big, huge dumbbell, perhaps with Atlas stones, because Spartan Atlas stones make Atlas stones, you know, a big, proper big globe dumbbell there. It's going to be tough. My PR on circus dumbbell right now is 65 kilo, although I am getting better and better all the time. It is something I am going to have to work hard, but be very conscious about not overtraining. And my goal for that event is simply just to make it as far as I can through. If I just get the first pair of dumbbells, I'm happy. If I get the monster dumbbell and the circus dumbbell and even the Spartan dumbbell, I'll be ecstatic. But I just don't want to zero that event. I just want to get some points on the board and move on to the next event, because it's another very good one for me. So the next event is a 130 kilo per hand farmer's walk for 15 meters into an arm over arm vehicle pull. Now this one is right up my alley. I love a farmer's walk, I love grip stuff, and I love pulling vehicles. So it is going to be a really fun event. I'm going to train this one hard. I'm not sure how we're going to do the pulling portion yet. Obviously we have a massive rope on the wall behind us to pull something, but whether it's going to be a car, whether it's going to be the tire, whatever I can pull without upsetting my family too much, I am going to be battling this one hard. This is an event that I am going to come in wanting to win. This is the where I'm going to pick up some big points, hopefully. I am really excited for this event. When I saw it in the competition, I was ecstatic, but not as ecstatic as the event coming up now. And that event is the car roll, the car flip. I cannot believe I have the opportunity to flip a car as part of a competition. This one is gonna be brutal. Luckily, there is a lighter option in a CrossFit Pig, which is essentially a big block style thing that you can flip if you do not manage the car. But you best believe I'm going to do everything in my power to be able to flip that car. It is one flip over and then over the line, I believe. It might be a flip and then a flip back. I'm not entirely sure, but it's going to be brutal. It's going to be fun. Obviously, I have absolutely no idea how I'm going to train that, apart from just putting in a load of reps on the tire flip, doing lots of front squats, getting my quads nice and strong. We are going to be hammering hard because I want to flip a bloody car. And then finishing off the competition is not Atlas stones. It is, in fact, a Keg Medley over the bar. So instead of picking them up and running with them, these are going to be some pretty damn heavy kegs over a 15-inch bar. 4 kegs fastest wins. They're going to be 120, 130, 140, and 150 kilo, which are some pretty damn heavy kegs. My heaviest keg that I have here is a 100 kilo keg. I've got a 50, a 70, an 80, and a 90 as well. And I am just going to get very, very good at doing reps with the 100. You can do some different techniques to make it a bit harder. I will be showing all of those in my upcoming videos, but that is going to be a really fun way to finish the competition off. I think no tacky, no mess, just pure strength of will and heart, and I'm really excited to get stuck in for this competition prep. That is what I'm prepping for now, so make sure you stay tuned to see me prep for these events. But we've got another competition to go through, so without further ado, let's do that. So the Haynes Farm Open then has some different events that are going to be good fun. Again, this is going to be a very hard competition for me, but we are going to try and get stuck in and absolutely smash it. But the events for this one are as follows. We have got the max Cambridge axle deadlift to kick things off. Last year we did reps on this implement, and this year it is straight up a max deadlift. I believe it's 3 attempts, powerlifting style. This one is going to be fun. I love an elevated pull, an axle not so much, but we have an axle, we have the ability to elevate it, and we are going to try for a big number here. My deadlift strength for a single is through the roof right now, so with some good prep, hopefully we should be able to put up a decently big number on that one. A really good way to start a comp is a max deadlift. But after that one, it is the overhead medley. Now this again is going to be a bit of a panic for me. we are going to try our best to get through as many implements as possible, but it is a brutal medley, this one. We start things off, the first thing we do is a 75 kilo monster dumbbell. So that is going to be the tell of whether I do well in this event or not, is if I can get that dumbbell, because if I can't, I zero the event. If I can, we are in with a chance of doing it decently. So we start things off with a 75 kilo monster dumbbell, and then we move into the 120 kilo axle, which I should be able to get. I'm fairly confident that one is a good one for me. And then a 130 kilo log after that, which is going to be, again, very difficult, very heavy, but we're going to give it a good go. And then a 78 kilo circus style dumbbell, which is probably, if I get through the first three, where my run might end, but we're going to give it a fantastic go. And then the last implement is an 85 kilo block. And if I get to the block, I'll press it. I've already done 85 kilo the first time I ever tried block. I love block press, and I wish it was the first thing rather than the last, but if we could just get our dumbbell up and ready, then this could end up being a decent event for me, but it is going to be a hard one. And then next up after that, we have the maximum weight keg toss. So not max height, max weight over 4 meters. And this one's going to be fun. I believe it is just throw whichever kegs you want and then try and get the heaviest one over that you can. This one's going to be fun. My tossing is not very consistent, but if I manage to nail it, we can get some pretty heavy stuff moving. So hopefully we can get some good points on this. This is not an event I'm expecting to win, but just one that I'm expecting to stay somewhere in the mix with and just give a good go. Keg toss, it's good fun in it. It's just fun to do. And then in true Haynes Farm classic, we have a mystery event. No idea what the mystery event is. I won the mystery event last year. As there's no sort of medley or moving in this event, I'd expect it to be something like that. But yeah, mystery event, not much more we can say about that one. Just be prepared for anything. And then finishing off the event is the Atlas Stones, but it is a strongest man on earth style Atlas Stone sort of max weight, I guess. Max weight, max reps. There are 3 stones to choose from, a 140, a 170 and a 200 kilo stone, and any reps on the heavier ones beat the reps on the lighter ones. My goal for this one is just to go out and lift the 140, get some points on the board, try the 170 as that will be a new PB, as I've only got a 160 here. Hopefully get that, and then depending on how that feels, either give a crack at the 200 or just do reps at 170. Depends what other people have done, depends what position I'm in, but it should be a really fun way to end the event off with some big guys lifting some big stones, hopefully. So those are both my competitions. Those are all the events. I am super excited for them. I hope you are too. As you can see, we have got a lot of fun strongman style stuff to get training for in the next couple months. So make sure that if you're new here, go down below, click subscribe, and stay tuned for all of our training sessions as we go into the 2025 competition series. If you think that I am going to do well, go and leave a like down below and comment down below, out of those events, which one would you most like to try? And I'm going to veto the car roll right now because I know everyone wants to try the car roll. Give me a different answer down below and let me know which event you're best at as well. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I've been Toby, and I will see you in the next video where we will be starting competition prep.